Okay, we're going. Just open up Twitch, so see what's going on there. Oh, that's the old stream. There we go. Okay, cool.
Okay, there's our tutorial.
Hey, Mike.
Hey,
How's it going?
Be right back, guys.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, John's probably going to be a bit late. I liked your summary, Mike.
yeah, it's about all he's capable of.
Yeah. Okay, and wait for our new player too. This maybe.
He needed the password, so
Oh, okay.
I tried Greyhawk earlier about 20 minutes ago and I couldn't log in with it, so I don't know.
Hey, Mike.
Hey, how's it going, Lee?
Good.
So in the grand scheme of things, where is this town of Dagger Rock actually at?
It's in between Burl and Saltmarsh. Let me pull up. I'll pull up a map here. I think I've got a
Cool.
map of the Saltmarsh area.
Yeah, I don't think my map's that detailed.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's
I was looking on the Greyhawk map.
Hey guys.
Hey, George.
Yeah, looks like I needed a computer restart, and all of a sudden, Steam's working much better.
Nice when a plan comes together.
Oh, we have a viewer even. Okay, so oh, when I'm maximized, I can't share. So let me share. So here's a regional map of Saltmarsh area.
Oh, it's on the east side of the Azure Sea.
Yeah, and well, actually, no. North is to the right on this, so it's oriented a bit strangely.
Oh crap, yeah, it is. All right.
And
So it's on the north side of the Azure Sea.
yes, it's in Keelland and southern Keelland, and then so Dagger Rock is about there.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, I see.
So Ronell is here on Fantasy Grounds. He isn't in the voice in Discord yet, though. I'll just ping him. No, I should unshare this map. There's spoilers on it.
Oh yeah, unsure.
Delete quick.
I wasn't even paying attention to that. I was just looking at the Dreadwood and the whole marshes because it's a reference point on my larger map.
Yeah.
That way, I have an approximate idea where we're at. Since we're all from the Dreadwood mostly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Hey, good evening. Checking in.
Oh, welcome.
Thank you. This is Mike, also known as One Way Player. My handle there, and now, but you guys probably haven't met yet.
No, not quite yet.
Okay.
Well, welcome, Mike. Glad to have you.
Yeah, welcome, Mike.
Yeah, who's glad to be here? Page.
Okay, so Lee, would you like to do your recap? It was
Sure.
a great recap you wrote up in Discord, so you could paraphrase it or you could go through the whole thing. It was
No worries. So as we started out our game, our first game, our brave adventurers headed down the road into Dagger Rock, and as they came across an opening, they saw some farmers across the stream huddled around a campfire. And as we hailed the camp, we were warmly welcomed into the camp. Our hardy cleric, Nikolai, immediately rolled a critical hit and headed toward the lamb leg on the fire. Meanwhile, as we were asking the group about what lay on the road, etc., we were surprised by arrow fire from the bushes. My character, Arteriel, who has a military background, immediately took action and started heading in the direction of the arrow fire from the east, if I remember correctly, while Azadar headed in the other area, direction where the arrows came. Meanwhile, my brother Norval swiftly put his rock Bob into action by pulling him out and throwing him to the ground, but for some reason Bob's movement rate isn't so good, so he could never get close to engage. We couldn't figure it out. But Norval then asked the bushes for help, and the bushes responded by entangling one of the bowmen to the east. Alas, we were set up by the farmers as they began to accost us from behind. Nikolai reluctantly dropped the lamb leg and started to engage one of the now-known bandits, starting to deal some damage. We quickly ended the fight and discovered 2 prisoners, and after some interrogation and some info from the prisoners, it seemed that we encountered a slavery operation, and there were those of magical ilk that were taken away, while others, i.e. the 2 prisoners that we found, were left to be sold for manual labor. So we decided to bound the 3 remaining bandits and take them to the Dagger Rock jail. And we were able to make our way into Dagger Rock before dark and gain some info as we walked through the town. Most importantly, the location of Grog's Tavern, which was the objective of our trek to Daggerford Rock. We were going to the town because Arteriel is in search of some healing for his brother Norval, who has been hit over the head as a young boy, and we're trying to regain some of his intelligence, hopefully, over time. We secured lodging, but in the middle of the night we were woken up, and we quickly investigated and found that the stables of Grog's Tavern were on fire, and townsfolk and employees of the tavern were running helter-skelter trying to extinguish the fire. Arteriel quickly took his military training and bearing into effect, organized a water bucket line, and we quickly put the fire out. We were then approached by a large ogre-looking fella in the dark, asking who we were, not necessarily in a angry sort of way, but leery. And upon discussion, we found out that it was Grog, the owner, who thanked us profusely and offers us food and drinks on the house. So we went inside and were seated. And we started to talk to Grog before he left the table, and he gave us some information regarding why we were in Dagger Rock, i.e., Norval's Cure, and he gave us some information that there was a magical philosopher's stone that a mage is interested in Saltmarsh. And if we could either find the stone or how the stone was made, this mage might be able to help us in our quest to heal Norval. While we were talking to Grog, some of the party noticed a huge axe over the hearth, which had some writing on it, which we really couldn't read that much. And Azadar actually decided to inquire about it with Grog, and he learned that it was an axe from some fire giants he and the sheriff had battled back in their adventuring days. So we learned that Grog and the sheriff were old adventuring buddies. So we made our way back to the table after that, and unfortunately, all of our food was gone, and Nikolai seemed very content lounging in the corner. So our food gone and our drinks poured out. We decided to leave, headed back to the lodging with the intention of selling some of the loot from the bandits to gain some needed coin. So that's left us with the questions of what will we encounter tonight? Will we get more info on our quest? More importantly, will Bob's movement rate improve?
That's right.
And Norval says we should just ask Acorn and Squirrel because Acorn knows how and what to do on everything. So as we start out, here we are.
Awesome. Thank you very much. That's definitely worth some bonus XP.
Excellent.
Norvell, do you want to add your summary?
What he said, right?
Mike, I don't know if you're muted.
Oh no, it's okay.
Oh, no,
I don't need to do that.
Okay, we're good then. So you wake up in the morning, refreshed. The beds were pretty comfortable in the hearth fire inn. I shared the town map with you again. You're on it. I put pins in the map. Let me know if you see them. So they're shared as notes for what the different buildings are.
Don't see any pins.
Oh.
At least I don't see them.
Okay, because I made public notes and then I dropped them. Maybe they just dropped on my map.
Can you? I think you can share the
Oh,
pins.
maybe I can share
Are they
the
red
pins.
or green? Yeah.
They're red.
Yeah, you could. I think you click on them, and you can share
okay.
them.
Yep.
So you can keep. There you go. See, some pins you can keep to yourself, and others you can share with the group. There you go.
Okay. Yeah, I'll share those ones that I made in the notes.
Yeah, I see them in the notes as public, and then I see my two notes. I put notes in, guys, for Dagger Rock, which gives just a listing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc., and have the building names.
Yep.
And then info from Grog regarding the a little more info in regards to the Philosopher's Stone. We are being given information that it's the stone or notes of its making by the gentleman by the name of Bain, Baine, who lived in Saltmarsh. Hasn't been seen in 10 years. So the mage, his name is Fred, Phrid. So that's in notes in public.
Okay.
Cool.
And there seems to be some animosity in town towards Grog, right?
Yes. People don't know what to make of him and his clientele.
Yep.
You've heard you met on the way into town. You met Jim, the town drunk, who was clumsily spying on Grog's establishment, and he told you that there's evil things afoot, and he doesn't like half-breeds.
Right.
And he figured that you as elves would share his prejudices.
Okay, so we wound up going back to the Hearthfire Inn to rest up.
Yes.
It's morning.
Yes.
I think we left off that we wanted to see if we could sell some of the weapons that we had taken from the bandits, and then Arterial would like to also go to the blacksmiths to see if he can inquire about either uh, bartering for services to use his armorer skills to fix his chainmail.
Yeah.
Um,
So in addition to the things that you took from the bandits, there is also a package down in the common room that Mabel Whittam directs you towards, and said that the sheriff's men dropped them off early in the morning, saying that since you captured them, those were also yours to dispose of as you wish. And so they are. It's all on the party sheet. So the sum total of all the things you found on the bandits and the things that were brought over.
oh, cool. Okay. Let's see here. So some leather armor and some clubs. Okay.
And 2 bows and 2 swords.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The long bows being worth some money.
Indeed.
So if I remember correctly, the store is
Straight across from you.
building 16. Yeah.
Yep. 16 is general store. Blacksmith is 12.
What's 17, Dwayne? There's a pin on it, but it's not pulling up.
What's the baker? Or did I not share that? Here, I'll make that one public.
Okay.
You were told when you went by it was the baker.
Okay.
When you were with Kurt.
Gotcha. So I say we eat and head to the store. Does that sound good to you guys?
Nikolai's for that, for sure. The eating part.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do that. Maybe we'll try to inquire to see what maybe started that fire too. Maybe there's any investigation going on. See where maybe it started or by whom.
So, are you planning to eat at the Hearthfire Inn where you stayed?
You know what? If we're gonna go investigate a little bit more, why don't we eat at Grog's Tavern? The food was pretty good last night. Well, wait a minute. Norval, do you feel comfortable going back to the big man's house to eat, or would you like to eat here? Because I know there were some men there that you didn't particularly like last night.
What men?
The big bag ugly behind the bar.
I just look at you blankly.
All right, so I nod my head to Norval and say, we're going to go to the big man's house and grab something to eat. You may see some things there that make you uncomfortable, but I've got it under control. Do you understand me? Norval, do you understand me?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
He was asking Acorn.
He probably was.
Bob's good with it, right?
Bob's hungry, isn't he, Norval?
Yeah.
So let's go. Let's
I
go
shrug.
to the. You shrug. So let's go to the store and offload this junk.
Okay. You make your way over to the store. It seems well kept. Doesn't have a huge inventory. It's a smallish town.
We see a proprietor.
Yes. Says, good morning. You're up bright and early. What can I help
We
you
are. We are. We have some. We have some armor and weapons that we'd like to sell. Is that something that you would be interested in?
with? Not so much. This is more of a general store. Um,
Is there someplace that we could maybe go in town that would be interested?
well, Logan Ironhand, the blacksmith, will be interested in the weapons probably. He might just melt them down. He has pretty high standards, so he might melt them down and reforge them. But so at least, what type of weapons do you have?
Go on the long swords and the long bow.
I'll definitely be interested in the long swords. The bows, not so much.
Okay. How about
The militia might be interested in the bows.
are they at the keep?
I'd say try the guardhouse first.
Okay. Well, that's right across from the blacksmith. That's convenient.
Yeah. Talk to Leaf.
At the guardhouse?
Yes.
Okay. So, do you want to head to the blacksmith or the guardhouse first? I guess straight across the street is either one, but I'll go to blacksmith first.
Yeah, let's see. You could do your negotiating.
Okay.
Okay, you hear that he's already working in the forge. You see a large man and a boy who's kind of that awkward age just before becoming a teenager, and who's running around helping him, working the bellows. And you see him strike, and you see that he's very strong as he strikes and is working on a weapon.
So we head to the door and good morning, Master Iron Hand.
Good morning. Do I know you?
No, we're new to town, but we were over at the store and inquired about maybe selling some excess weaponry that we came across, and you were referred to us. My name is Arterial Arnatune. This is my brother Norval,
Pleased to meet
and
you.
my friends Azadar and Nikolai.
Pleased to meet you all.
I
And I
reach
said,
into my pouch and pull out a big rock, and I say, "Rock," and I smile.
He raises an eyebrow.
Artero will hold up his hand and wink at him.
Okay, and so he looks at Alterial and says, "Well, are you interested in buying?"
It's a possibility. It's a possibility. I have a couple of inquiries actually. I have a little skill myself, and was wondering if I couldn't maybe barter some time in your shop to fix my armor, and I show him where it's chinked from the battle that we had, and also maybe upgrade some weaponry or buy some weaponry depending on what you have. I would be willing to show you my proficiencies.
Well, yeah, my other sons they're not interested in being my apprentices, so I just have Turgan here. So I could use a hand. If you spend some time on your armor, you could maybe help me out for some time as well for the use of the forge. What I have is what I've made for sale here. So I have some chainmail, some ring mail, some shields, some scale mail, some daggers. Just step into the shop here, and then I have some long swords, short swords, and I just completed actually a nice two-handed sword, and I have one bastard sword as well. And so I'm sure if you examine them, you'll see that they are fine quality, and that's I take pride in my craftsmanship.
I can see. You have excellent inventory. And I pick up a couple of the swords and I
So
twirl them and discreetly show off my abilities with the longsword.
okay, you feel that they are very finely balanced, that they would be a solid weapon to have. And then you see on them there's inconspicuous, but on each item you see an insignia, two crossed hammers over an iron hand stamped.
His mark.
Yes, that seems to be his mark.
How do they rate or how do they compare to the sword that Altariel is carrying?
It seems to be better quality.
Better quality. What is your price on this sword, Master Blacksmith?
Well, let me see. Are you wanting to deal in cash or in trade?
Maybe in trade if the other party members aren't too concerned with that. Or I could trade. I could cash out the swords and take my share and see what we could do.
So, for that sword, 25 GP.
It is a fine sword,
It will
but
not,
I don't think
will not fail you.
I can see that. How much would you give for the two swords that we are trying to rid ourselves of?
I'll give you 20 for them.
For now, if you would like to, if you are agreeable, we would take the 20 for the two, and as I am able, I will either work off some monies, but I would like to get one of these swords at some point in time, but unfortunately, financially, I'm not able to at this time.
As you wish. Okay, so I'll take those swords off.
How much for the chainmail?
Chain. $85 gold.
Good to know.
These are human sized, so they'd have to be adjusted for
I see. Well, if you don't mind, I will. We will sell the two swords and grab some breakfast, and I will be back to barter some time out for fixing my armor. Does anybody else have any metal armor that they need fixed?
Not easy, Dar. Nope.
Not I.
No.
Okay. Hey, John.
Hello.
Evening, John.
Evening, everyone.
Hey, John.
So John, we went over to the general store trying to sell these swords, and then they told us that the blacksmith would be probably who we need to go to, and then the armor, and we also got we also were able to get 6 suits of leather armor that we can sell from last adventure. So we're trying to get rid of that.
Okay.
The blacksmith, is he interested in the leather armor at all?
No, he's not.
Okay. Uh, Thank him for his time, and we'll head over to the guardhouse.
Okay. And as you approach, 2 people come out. One of them looks like where is that? Okay, just gonna find it here. The man in the middle of this picture.
Oh,
And the other looks like Ronell. Do you want to describe yourself? Oh, you're muted.
Thanks. Appreciate that.
Yep, no problem.
So I uploaded a quick picture, a really terrible mock-up, just to kind of give a little bit of suggestion in the in character chat on the Discord.
oh yeah.
But, yeah, bearing a bow, a typically slimmer than pictured high elf, but rather exceedingly ugly, mostly due to some disfigurements on his face that may in fact be purposeful, and incongruously wearing a strange headdress featuring a small crocodile over his balded pate. He seems to be somewhat shirking from your gaze, like a drunk who's come out into the noonday sun.
And so the other man introduces himself. Hi, I'm Captain Bearclaw. I appreciate that you helped out my friend Grog last night.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. We were glad we were glad we were able to help. Could have been much worse.
Yes. Worse for the town too.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. It's strange. I think Grog wants to talk to you about it further this afternoon. Um, in the meantime,
We were actually
oh,
headed over to eat breakfast, so maybe we can meet him for over breakfast.
actually, would you mind if Ronell joined you? Because I think he could be helpful in the tasks that Grog wants you to help him with.
What? Me, boss? With them? They look kind of noisy. They know how to be quiet when monsters are around.
Well, they're fellow elves. I think they know how to be quiet.
Arturo cuts his head and goes, "No worries, Master Elf. We can handle ourselves, just as I see you can."
Boss says join. I'll join you if you'll have me.
I look around to the party and go, "An extra body sure wouldn't hurt."
It helps, especially with the croc.
My thinking exactly.
Welcome, Sir Ronell. I'm Arterial Arnatule, and this is my brother Norval.
Bearclaw says, "Excellent, excellent. I will leave you to it, and leave a message for me at the guardhouse here if there's anything you need from me." And then he
We were
goes,
actually on our way to see if we could not. We have some extra leather armor sets from some banditry that we encountered on the road. Actually, you have three of the Hellions in your jail now that we delivered last night.
"Yes, I've spoken briefly with them. They're not talking much. Yeah, if you talk to Leaf, he can he looks after the stores for the armory. So yeah, I think that could be those could be something we could use for the militia."
Absolutely, absolutely.
Maybe we could keep one set in case my armor gets destroyed at some point. Just
Well,
kind of thinking ahead.
Isidar, would it fit you? Is it human size?
Well, I may have to have it resized, but it's better to start from somewhere instead of probably buying new.
Good point. Good point.
Rona says, "Are those captured weapons?
They are.
Would it be all right if I were to check out the bows?" He has a fine bow in his hand, but he's curious about the bows that you captured.
I have no issue.
Sure.
Okay, I'll check out
Have
the
at
bow
it.
and take a look at it and try to judge how well it's made.
It
Just
is
trying.
just pretty pedestrian. It's not an excellent bow. It's functional.
Okay, I'll abruptly hand it back, saying, "Huh, good luck selling that junk."
Beggars can't be choosy. We'll take what something for nothing is more than welcome.
It's better we have it than firing arrows at us.
True. We nod at Captain Bearclaw, and I'm sure we will see you before we depart, and start heading into the guardhouse, and ask for Leaf.
Yeah, he nods and strides off. It looks like he's heading back to his keep.
Okay. So we're going to try to sell 5 sets of the armor.
Okay. Okay, they willing to offer you 3 GP each.
Unless anybody has any objections, sold.
No, that's hey. Beggars can't be choosers at this point, right?
That's right.
Okay.
Leaf, are you interested in these 2 longbows? It certainly would come handy for the militia. You never have enough weaponry.
Yes, definitely. So we can give you 30 GP each.
Nice. If they fire straight, I show you the hole in my armor from the bow. So
Dwayne, I don't know how to use the whistle thing, but I wonder if you were to add me to the combat tracker, if it might turn the map on.
Oh yes, sorry about that. Yes, I was just putting you on the party sheet, and yeah, I need to get you on the combat tracker. Thanks for reminding me.
They gave us 30 GP for the bows.
that's not bad.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
Hey, let's get some more of those.
I will. I will throw in these 4 clubs.
We got a sale this week. If you buy 2 bows, you get 4 free clubs.
That's right.
Then I'll throw you on the map too.
George, if you want to grab that leather armor from the party sheet.
Yeah, I'm thinking I'd want to store it somewhere instead of having it on me.
Well, just do this. Just put it on your inventory, and then don't carry it as equipped or
Yeah,
carried.
maybe what I'll do is, would it be okay if I stored it at the guardhouse? You think Leaf would be okay with that? Or does he have a problem with that?
No, no. He says
All right.
they can keep it for you in the armory.
Okay. Well, then I'll do that. I'll mark it as being in the armory, but I'll put it in my inventory.
Okay. Yeah, just for future reference, if you want to whisper to me, just right-click on the tower, and it'll you can whisper to GM.
Oh, cool.
We probably should have split our spoils before a new party member joined, especially if you want that sword.
I'd say it's fair. I mean, yeah.
Okay. So now what do? You've stashed the leather. You've disposed of the swords and the bows and the clubs. You have a bit of cash.
Is anyone investigating the fire at Grog's? I asked Leaf.
He says, I think that's what Grog wants to speak to you about.
Okay. I didn't know if it was like he was investigating or some official, but we will check with Grog.
Well, he and Sidon had, that's Bear Claw's first name, had conferred and thought it would be best if strangers ask questions rather than locals with the delicate situation that we have here.
Understood. Okay. Reasonable.
As we're walking over to Grog's Tavern, Arturial will sidle up to Ronell and go and ask where he's from. Ask about his family. The Dreadwood, really? So are Norval and I. However, we have no longer have any family in the forest.
That can be a blessing. I try to stay out of the redwood as much as I can. I prefer, I kind of prefer to go it alone out in the marsh. Y'all like hunting?
We do. We have Norval and I have spent our fair share scavenging and hunting the woods. Unfortunately, by necessity, when we were little, we unfortunately lost our parents to an orc raid, and that is what has left Norval in the condition he's in. I seek to heal him if I can, as I couldn't help him, and it pains me to this day.
Well, he sure seems happy enough.
He is content. Alana has been good to him. But if I can somehow right the wrong of his injury, it will only make his life better, I believe. That is my quest.
Well, that's great. That's my job here. Boss wants me to kind of patrol against incursions from the marshes and the swamps. So I think you mentioned that you might be heading that way.
We are actually headed to Saltmarsh. We just learned of information last night. There is a potential lead in a mage that may be able to guide us in the direction of Norval's condition being healed, and he is in search of a philosopher's stone. And the proprietor, Grog, gave us the information last night that we would need to follow up on. So we're headed to Saltmarsh. You're welcome to join us if you like.
I would. Thank you very much. Um, so interesting. Now, can't say I know too much about a philosopher's stone. So, are those are they natural?
I look back to Nikolai and go and say our resident mage may know a little more about it, but I know little as well.
Yeah, John's AFK, but I'll step in. Nikolai says, well, as a priest of Bakab, I'm interested in such magical wonders, and the Philosopher's Stone has a very storied history, the research into it. So I'm quite curious if there has been any progress made towards it.
Very well. Very well. Well, maybe Grog can give us some more information now that the excitement is over from last night. I assume we're probably close to the tavern now.
Yep. Yeah. So you're making your way up, and you're at the tavern. So I will move you into the tavern map. Okay. Okay, I gotta change the lighting here.
Azadar, do we need any supplies before we leave?
Well, I'm not sure. Are we good on rations and water, and are we good on arrows? I didn't really use too many.
I have 20 arrows. I have no food, and I have uh, no sacks to carry anything in. So maybe some general.
Yeah, we may have to hit the general store to see if they have some provisions to travel.
Nikolai says you're not eating my food.
Logan.
Yeah. Why don't we see what we can
And I
do?
nod.
What did you say, Norval?
I said Logan, and then I nod at you.
Absolutely.
I wonder if we might scare up some game. That's another way to eat.
We're doing the. Are we doing the sliding encumbrance, or are we just going flat encumbrance? I forgot.
Sliding.
Okay.
And Grog's there to greet you.
Good morning. We are back
Yes, I see.
and hungry.
Thank you for coming.
As I nod over to Nikolai.
Well, Mabel has prepared more for you. Feel free to take your time and eat, and then we can confer. You can step back to my office once you're done.
Anybody else in here besides us?
There's a couple of people, not very many.
Is the gentleman still behind the bar that was there last night?
No.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay.
Thank you for the food, Scrog.
You're most
So-
welcome. There's a couple half ogres here, other half ogres. Well, there's Matilda, who is the chef, and then the one that you think is the bouncer. And then there's another one that you saw out by the stables, who was calming the horses. He was getting them to safety, and it seemed like he had a knack for calming them down.
I'm going to whisper over to Azadar and ask him if he minds trading places with Norval?
Sure, I'll do that.
Norval, come sit with me. That way Norval's back is to the bar in case
Ah,
the man from last night comes to the bar.
hey,
You just see
Dwayne,
me sitting in there nervously petting a squirrel who seems to be enjoying it.
as we entered the bar, what was happening with the stables? Was there any action at the stables that had burned?
No, you didn't see anything there. You see that the horses are tied up outside. Um, they've been fed. Some of the hay has been rescued from the stables and brought out to them.
And what was Grog's demeanor when we first met him? Was it what
This
was he
Was
morning,
like?
it?
Yeah, this morning.
seems pensive, seems thoughtful,
Okay.
and he also seems to be sizing you up.
Okay.
Okay, interesting.
Different from last night?
Little bit.
Okay.
Seems like
Yeah, I just wanted to get a sense for, overnight what's happened.
seems like he's come to a decision of some sort.
I see.
Are
So,
we being served food or are we going
Yeah,
to the food?
the,
Okay.
the food's being served. The serving girls aren't here yet, so Matilda brings it out herself. The half ogre chef. She smiles at Nikolai and gives him an extra big portion. And
So is she pretty friendly to us as far as demeanor?
yeah, she seems very friendly.
I'll kind of whisper to her if the usuals are in right now, or if there's anyone that stands out that maybe hasn't been here before.
Well, mainly the people here are staff, except for that table there is a couple farmers. They're locals too. So
Okay. So the usuals. Okay.
anyone that's out of town that's here is still sleeping in.
So Rona, how long have you been in town?
Who, me?
Yes.
Since we got here.
Roughly a day or so then?
That's right. Just came in off patrol.
What is it that I see that you seem to be a man of the woods? What is it that
Yeah,
what is
you
it
think it might be
you
helping out
do?
at all? It's uh these early morning hours can be the kind of wasting them doing hunting.
I think we have a little time. It seems Grog has something he wants to discuss with us, so I say we enjoy our breakfast and see what he has to say.
The breakfast is very tasty. Matilda could be a cook at a much finer establishment in a larger center. Um, despite her appearance, her food is quite savory and good. She heads back into the kitchen and works away. You see that there's a huge pot she's got things cooking in. It's like she's already starting to make up dinner.
Very busy.
Yeah.
So I think we just have general conversation. Unless anybody wants to find anything else, I relay. Uh, I'll relay my history just in the background to Roanoke.
Okay.
My history, along with I've already spoken about Norval's situation. Roanoke, you see that as Matilda comes by, that I ask her to set a place for Bob beside Norval. And then you see Norval take a stone out of his pouch and place it near the setting.
She places a small bowl there and puts some stew in it.
I smile a big grin at her.
She smiles back, pats you on the head.
After a while of eating and talking, I look over and elbow Norval and go, I think Bob had too much excitement last night. He doesn't seem hungry.
Hey there,
Just
Norval.
kind of look at Bob and I shrug and I grab him and put him back in his pouch.
Nikolai says, "I'll finish that."
That's right.
Takes Bob's portion.
Feel sorry for the stone. But we got enough essence from
Acorn's
the.
trying to get up on the table because he smells something good.
I definitely don't stop him.
And as Nikolai's
I,
reaching over for Bob's portion, Acorn is like starting to chitter at him.
well, hello there, little fella.
I think you have some competition, Nikolai. I wouldn't take his food.
Well, Nikolai leaves it. Well, at least as long as someone eats it, it shouldn't go to waste.
That's right.
That's right.
I pet Acorn and move the bowl closer.
Okay, Acorn starts picking away at it, slurping it up.
Ronald Acorn is Norval's pet squirrel,
Oh, wow.
as you can see.
You've got a pet stone and a pet squirrel.
He does. He does.
It's fed the stone first.
So I think after we eat, I turn and look for Grog, see if I see him.
He went through those double doors into another room. So he.
Oh, behind. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. If Matilda sees us or comes by the table, I'll let her know that we thoroughly enjoyed our breakfast and we will and if she would like to let Grog know we're done, that would be wonderful.
Thank you, sweethearts. Actually, he said you can go right in once you're finished.
Oh. So
Sounds good.
I'm going to go over and whisper something somewhat discreetly in Matilda's ear. I have a question I want to ask her.
Okay.
So yeah, I think we head over.
Just in Matilda. Okay.
Matilda says, yes, there are a few.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Can you guys open that door? If not, I'm going to. It's not working for me, so I'm just wondering if you can get it to work.
Nothing to click on that I see.
Okay, I'm just going to pop you off the map and then put you back on then.
You might could hit shift and drag us.
Oh, I can drag you that way. Okay, yeah. Oh, yeah, that
I
works.
think.
Yeah, it works.
There we go. Okay. We're only
There we go.
we're seeing quite a bit more of the location, just so you know.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
I didn't put the walls back in the back part.
Fair enough. Okay.
Okay. So Grog is sitting
Pat
at
my
the table.
stomach and Matilda did it again, Grog. It was very, very delicious.
Wonderful.
Yeah. She
We
is,
had to drag Nikolai away from the table.
Yeah, she is a treasure. That's for sure. Nikolai belches.
Is this whole area his office, or
This looks like a common area actually.
okay?
But no one else is in here currently.
I'm lying down on the. It's just a cot. Looks like a cot.
We met Captain Bearclaw earlier this morning, and he mentioned that you would like to see us.
Yes, it's good you ran into him. So it is. This tavern has been my dream. So all the time I was fighting and adventuring. That's my intent was to eventually settle down once I'd gathered enough coin and have a quiet life. Well, as quiet as in the tavern. It's quiet relative to the adventuring life, but a quiet life, settle down, have a place, and entertain, and I've achieved that. But now it's all at risk, um, because we've been smeared across the town. They fear us because we're different, and people are spreading rumors about us. And it's come to a head that there have been some thefts, and I'm pretty sure it's not any of my staff or any of my associates, but we are being blamed for them. So if you can get to the bottom of it, I'm willing to pay you each 250 gold, because there's a town council meeting at the end of the week, and I fear that without some exonerating evidence, we will be forced out of the town. So if you can find who is performing these acts, including burning down my stables, like that's obviously something we wouldn't do, but I'm sure there are some in the town that are going to say that that was just something we did to distract from what they say our crimes are.
What are they saying your crimes are?
Well, they're saying that we've been stealing from the wine shop, and there've been that Jim has been saying that we have been sheltering bandits on the road, and all these things are untrue. But
The guy in the tree?
yeah,
The guy we saw come in, right?
he lurks around here all the time.
What does Captain Bearclaw say about this?
Well, people know that we are friends, so his hands are somewhat tied, because he cannot show me too much favoritism, and he only has one vote. So I know he will stand for me in the end, but there's only so much he can do. But directly. And so we're hoping that outsiders can find out more than we would be able to. What say you? Will you help me out with this?
Arturiel nods and looks at the party and says, it's going to take me a little while to fix my armor, so we're going to be in town. I have no qualms of trying to help Grog out, especially since he's given me information to potentially help my brother. I'm in.
He looks around to the rest of the party.
Well, Asadar is in. We're going to have to form a plan here to see how we want to tackle this, but it's very intriguing, to be quite honest.
Okay. Looks at Norville.
I will speak for my brother.
Okay. And Nikolai. Nikolai says, it'd be a shame for this food not to be here. So I'm in.
I'm still staring around blankly.
And
Arterial, would you like to help the big man? He's been very nice to us.
You asking yourself that question?
Yeah, he was.
I did. I guess I am. I've been around Norval so long, I'm starting to talk to myself.
You're the second Bob now? Is that no?
I must be the second Bob. I meant Norval, obviously.
Yeah, I look at Acorn and look back at you and I say, okay.
He's in.
And he says, what about you? Nodding at Ronell.
Okay. So I've been over here by the door, kind of looking through a crack, just kind of trying to keep an eye on the front door. And I look back and I sigh and I speak haltingly. I'm really good at speaking. So I speak it in Elvish, make it a little easier. Hope that doesn't offend anybody. But anybody not speak Elvish?
Well, Grog doesn't.
Okay. So, all right. So Greg may not understand what I'm saying, but to the Elvish, to the
I can see your text.
Okay.
Yeah, I can see your text as well.
Yeah. I speak about dreams, and I feel like we really should help.
I look at Azadar and nod. It seems our friend is with us.
Okay.
Yes,
Our new friend is with us.
Maybe more in the background versus up front, but yes, definitely with us.
Excellent.
That might be actually more helpful.
So Grog mentioned that Bearclaw had one vote.
Yes.
Maybe this is not the place. What does this total group look like? How many votes are there, and who's involved?
There's 4 votes. And there are some that can be swayed and some that won't be swayed. So
Who are the 4 votes or the 3 votes besides Captain Bearclaw?
there's Yuri Kinnaran. So Logan Ironhand. Actually, there's 5 votes. Sorry. The mayor, Winston Jacob, and the general store proprietor, Barrick Andovan.
And your relationship with those 4? How does it?
Well,
friendly? Is it opposite? What is it?
well,
Just get a lay of the land.
Yuri is a competitor. He has his own inn and tavern, which hasn't been doing well since I came to town.
We haven't found where that tavern is yet, right?
No.
Correct. Yeah.
Iron Hand is neutral. He gets business. We bring in business for him, but he's conservative. He likes things to be peaceful and quiet. Things have been a bit disruptive. so he's kind of on the fence. Andovan, he unless you have some evidence that clears me, I think he'll vote against me. He's reasonable, but he he thinks we've been pretty disruptive, and the mayor could go either way as well, but it has no like grudge against me. He'll be testing the winds to see what is favorable politically.
What sort of clientele frequents this other gentleman's inn?
It's mainly humans. That's where Jim goes.
Hmm.
That's interesting.
And whereabouts is this inn? And what is its name?
It is over the other side of town, and it's called the Dagger Rock Tavern.
Okay. What number is that building? And I'll put it in my.
And it's Yuri Kenneran's building, right?
Yes, it's number
Okay.
19.
19.
Yes. No, there's also some elves that stay at Yuri's as well.
Dwayne, you've got your notes as read only.
Oh, which one?
All of the ones that you put in. They won't unlock.
Okay.
But we can go back in and change them. Which you don't have to fix it right now.
Which ones? Like on the.
Like all the notes on the that you put in, like
Oh, on the
Andaman's General
map.
Store, the baker.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, all your pins, they're all read
Oh,
only.
Okay, yeah, I can unlock them. I can
Okay.
open up the map and unlock them.
Okay.
Oh, they're actually unlocked from when I open it, but maybe because I created it.
Yeah, I
unlocks
don't
it
think
for
we
you.
can open them. They say public, they're marked, but they're got the little read-only lock on it.
Well, here, let me. I'm taking the
Open
Hearthfire in. I locked it and unlocked it. Now, does that one?
No,
Okay.
I'm looking at judges of the arson.
Yeah, I don't think the notes. I think they just are editable by the person who created them.
Oh. Okay.
Ah, okay.
So even if they're public.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Can you actually read it though? Like, I put,
Yeah, I can open it up and read it. Yeah.
A lot
There's
of
got to
them.
be a way to do it because I have shared notes in other games with FGU.
That's right.
Oh, well here, if I shared the record, not just the pin, maybe. So I just shared the blacksmith. Let me share the Hearthfire in. So now, can you? Edit?
No, it's still read only.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Okay, that's good to know.
Anyone else's map go completely black on them? The Dagger Rock one?
It did.
Okay.
It
That's
might be
because
we're-
our tokens moved.
Yeah, your tokens
Oh.
aren't on it.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
So I'll move your tokens back on there.
Yeah.
Actually, I should just change. So the lighting on that is.
So the one that would have the most motive, it obviously seems to be Yuri. There we go.
There.
Okay.
Well, there's two ways of going at this. The ones that are going to vote no, we're probably going to vote no regardless. It's probably just as good to try to get the ones that are neutral to vote yes. You know, what would persuade the armorer and the mayor to side with Grog? If they are truly neutral. You know, find out what motivates them.
And Andovan is who again?
The general store owner, proprietor.
That's one we just talked to, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Grog, why do you think Andovan is so adamant to vote no against you?
I don't know. He seems very conservative. Wants his town to be quiet.
Well, has it become less quiet since you've started here?
Um,
Or is that just a perception that it's less quiet? Or is somebody making it less quiet because you're here?
well, I think there's a mix. Some of the latter. I think someone is using us as cover to be disruptive and perform crimes, and then sometimes the clientele can get a bit rowdy, and there have been some incidents, an odd pickpocketing or two that I've dealt with them severely and turned them over to Bear Claw. So we've been policing any issues like that fairly diligently. So it's but it doesn't help. And then these other events, which are unrelated to us, then get laid at our feet.
How often are these events happening?
They've been increasing in frequency over the past month. Cattle missing. Some people blame us for Kurt's sheep missing.
Have you had any mutton or beef specials lately?
No.
Well, okay, so it's obviously not you. Although that wouldn't be a bad idea if you had mutton or beef.
Well, you should put that into Matilda. She seems to like you.
Still read only.
No, mine. Okay, Dwayne can edit it. You guys can't edit the one I just added?
Let's see.
I have it unlocked. That's why I was asking.
It's the test. Try to edit.
Yep.
It says read only.
Nope, read only.
Really interesting.
So
Okay.
only the creator can.
That's weird because I have it unlocked. Okay.
Oh well.
There's no master setting in the system, is there, for that? Under the
I haven't seen
setup?
anything. In
No,
the
there
documents,
isn't.
Okay.
anything. Yeah.
Yeah, it's something I usually don't fiddle with, but yeah, I just never noticed that.
I wonder if it has anything to do with this this bandit crew that we encountered on the way in.
Yeah, how long has Grog been here? When did he establish himself?
About 8 months ago, the tavern completed being built, and then he started operations.
And were these issues occurring right away, or was there a lag?
There was a lag. It was a couple months in before this started.
Is there any notable event that occurred at that time that might have triggered it that he can recall, or anyone of his staff?
No, not that I can think of.
Maybe we could go take a look at the stables. Maybe Ronell's skills could potentially help us. I know there was a lot of traffic down there putting the fire out, but maybe maybe some footprints leading away could be found.
Couldn't hurt. It might be a mishmash with us trying to put it out, but you never know. Might find something.
What do you
So,
think?
I'm certainly willing to try. Um, yeah, I know I said I was here for a day or two. I actually don't know how long I was here in the village, but I got to say, I don't. Can you tell me what happened last night? I mean, just to try and get a sense of what will I be looking for here. I know there was a fire. I
Yeah,
know.
Ronell,
Yeah.
last night you were off with Bearclaw scouting the area, so you weren't around last night when things went down.
So there was a fire at this location right here, which is the stables. You see the red circle on the map?
Actually, my map has gone up. Yeah, that's just because I was get out of the map we've left. Yeah, the red circle, and there's the stables. There's a fire at the stables.
There's fire at the stables. We were staying at this location right here. We made our way over to the stables, and that's where we put the fire out. So wondering if there's any tracks leading away to a certain area. Don't know, but it's worth taking a look at.
Yeah,
now
it
that
couldn't
it's
hurt.
daylight.
Yeah, especially tracks that are the fire brigade that you organized. Is that from your location in the inn to the stables, or was it from Grog's Tavern to the stables? Because I'm sure that area is going to be a mess. With
Yeah.
water sliding
It's probably
around.
mainly the ones around the stable that were kind of watching. It was kind of a hectic, and
I would say the fire brigade was probably from Grog's Tavern. We didn't
Yeah.
say that, but that's probably where the well was and where we.
Yes, it was.
Okay, so
that's where you
so
organized everything for the bucket brigade. So yeah,
I'm definitely going to go to the stables and let's see what kind of tracks might lead to or away from it. That's
yeah, so pretty much about right there.
okay. So I'm going to focus on like start an area from 9 o'clock to 3 o'clock, like on the
Yeah.
back of an 80 arc. Because someone might sneak up to the stables in the first place.
So give me a tracking check in the tower, please.
Okay, let's see how we do on this. So I'm going to go, that's probably under skills,
Yes.
ranger tracking, and into the tower.
Yes, please. Okay, it is very torn up between the bucket brigade coming in and people getting the horses being moved out and people moving around. You can't find any trace of tracks sneaking up from behind where you might be able to make something out.
How about if
Looking
we
around
look
with them too, by the way.
Okay.
starting farther away, say like 50 or 60 feet away from the building? Start looking around that area.
Like I may try spiraling outward, right? Kind of widening the
good idea.
Okay. Yeah, Norvell,
You-
you don't find anything either. You can give me another check, Ronell.
and into the tower.
No, you do not find anything.
Nothing.
As you're looking mainly behind the building because between the stables and Grog's, it's way too torn up, and you don't see
Yep.
anything.
Well, look at the stables specifically. Can we tell where the fire started? Was it on the back end, the front side?
It was on the right side near that tree that's there.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Speaking of which, if I do see any large oaks, try and collect up any acorns.
Okay, there's an oak right here.
Not gonna let it for my current purpose, but if I get there in my tracking, I just know it's an aside.
Yeah, you can make your way over there while you're checking out for tracks.
What is that building number 3?
Right, because it's 3 and 4 are of interest because they are
It's a house.
literally all.
Does somebody live there?
Looks like it.
And number
And
4 was an empty house.
Yes.
Before I go over to the house number 3, I'm going to go check out house number 4 just to see if looks like anybody's been living there,
Good idea.
or if there's somebody's been there.
No, it looks abandoned.
Looks abandoned.
Hmm.
I'll check it out inside just to see if there's anything there.
No,
most interesting are
it's
track.
empty.
Should not be.
But before I go over there before I mess any tracks up, I'm gonna call over to Rowanell and say, "Oh, wonder if you can notice if anything's been over here lately."
I'm going to zoom in here for a second. Just realizing how large an area this is. And here's alternative. You're calling to me from where? I see
Building
something
4.
Okay.
Actually, I'm gonna unlock tokens so you guys can move around.
Okay. Yeah, there I am. So I actually just headed over pretty much straight from building 2 to this corner, and before I mess any tracks up, I was going to have you check around.
You would know that I can track too, by the way.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool.
That's
Can you converse with Norval? I mean, can Norval converse with Acorn? I can't recall.
He does converse with them. You're not sure how much Acorn
Let me respond. Can Norval understand what Acorn is saying? I.e., speak
No,
with
not
animals.
for a couple more levels. A second level spell.
I wasn't sure. Okay, I didn't think so, but
No, I have very long conversations with Acorn.
yes, you do.
How about Bob? You understand Bob?
Yes.
Okay. He may have some solid ideas on this.
is Acorn a red squirrel or gray?
A standard run of the mill brown squirrel.
And squirrel in the area. Yeah.
I'm
Anyway,
sorry, what was that?
I'm just curious. When I do see him, I'll give him some acorns. Right, so I'm adding acorns for the squirrel.
Does that make him a cannibal?
So I'm looking around as you suggest.
Trying to spiral around the
Yeah, you don't see any tracks.
back side.
Nothing
There's-
fresh, at least.
Can we, Nikolai? Can we tell what started the fire? Was it oil? Was it just a torch? Was it thrown into hay?
I don't know. Is there perhaps any way that I could deduce that?
Let's see. Yeah, you've got observation as a skill, so give me that in the tower, please. Yeah, you think that they broke a vial of oil on this corner over by the tree and then lit it with a torch.
Hmm. If he says that, I'm going to walk back over to that area and see if I can locate any of the glass from the vial to see if there's any markings on it.
Or if it's a standard kind sold by.
Okay, give me a wisdom check, please.
Okay.
No, you don't find any shards of glass.
Or clay.
Worth a shot. Worth a shot.
I don't know if they use glass bottles for oil or more of the clay show.
I wonder if the shop owner can tell us if anybody's bought any oil in the last day or two.
Is Grog still with us?
No, he's not. He's still in the inn.
Do we know who first saw the fire that maybe might have seen something?
Well,
I mean, we might want to inquire with Grog to see who reported it right away, and they may have been there soon enough to where they either saw something or.
well, you do see over by the horses. There's one of the half ogres is tending to them.
Well,
and one of them has its leg lifted up, and it looks like he's tending to a wound.
that's interesting.
Wonder, horse in distress. I don't know. I don't think I have anything in particular, but try and help the horse. I would like to look at the wound. I'm going to ask the ogre if it's okay if I examine this horse.
He says, I'm in the middle of taking care of it. You can look when I'm done, if you like.
Sure.
What are you looking for, Nikolai?
I'm just kind of curious to see what kind of wound it is. If it looks like something that commonly happens to horses, or if it looks like it might have been caused deliberately.
It looks like it could be something that happened to it when it was caught in the fire. Like it's has
Trying to bust out of the stables or something.
Yeah, it has some splinters in it.
Okay.
Yeah. The man said,
and the half ogre is humming to the horse because the horse started to get agitated, and you see it seems to have a almost magical effect on the horse to calm it down.
what I'd like to do. I don't want to get in the man's way.
What's that?
I know what I'd like to do, but I just I'll wait if opportunity presents itself.
He seems to be finishing up now, and so he steps away from that horse, and now he's checking on the other horses.
Going to ask him, is there anything wrong with the horse's hooves? Would you mind if I took a look?
Feel free. I think the hooves are fine. They're well protected.
I'm going to gently and trying not to spook the horse to examine the hooves where of the leg that was injured. I just wondered, does he have anything stuck there? Like maybe this could be where we might find shards. Do I need to roll?
Yeah, throw me a wisdom check in the tower.
Okay. Wisdom. Into.
Yeah, you the hoof looks intact. It looks well shod, and and you see two the Logan Ironhand's symbol on the horseshoe.
Okay.
The
And
hammers.
where about?
Yeah, the hammer's over the hand.
Okay. So my assumption was that the horse was injured low down on the leg, but is that actually true? So now that I'm
No,
up close on this
it was more up on the shin where he was tending it.
onto the shin.
It was more up on the shin than the hoof area.
Mhm.
Well, Artariel is going to say, while you guys check around here, I'm going to head back to the blacksmiths and start paying off some of my um, time to fix my armor. And while I'm there, I'll see if I can work in some conversation in regards to the general feel for Grog's Tavern and see if he has any information. So as I'm
Good.
working, I'll just try to conversationally get the lay of the land.
Okay. The rest of you feel like you've pretty thoroughly gone over this ground and haven't turned up much.
Yeah, I need to go back to the blacksmith, so I'll accompany you.
Okay.
Okay, what do the rest of you do?
As I'm leaving, I'll mention to Azadar and Nikolai. Wonder if you can. We need some supplies anyway. Maybe you can see if you can strike up some conversation with the shop owner who seems to be so adamant against grog, and see if he throws anything out that would be worth knowing.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
We'll hit both of them at the same time.
I may try my hand at fishing in the nearby river. I see that there is a
Yeah, there is a
clear.
river to the north.
I motion for Norwell to come on.
Yep, I'm coming with you.
Okay, if you want, you can give me some fishing rolls.
Okay. And
now.
let's notice anything about I don't know, that's building 6. Yeah, I guess that's on the way over there. Probably had a chance to look at that. Um
Okay.
yeah, fishing rolls.
Yep, building 6. I'll put a note up there for you.
Okay. Did you say you put a note up?
Yeah, I'm putting a note. It's a house.
Okay. It's a large house. So wondering, as I'm heading to the north side of town, and there's a river.
And
What's
you
on the south?
at the back of the house you see a target and actually multiple targets. It looks like it's a little archery range.
Oh wow, we're in the right place. Shall be praised for intuition. Um, after I'm gonna think about that while I'm laying out my lines.
Okay.
Um,
Oh, yeah. Let's see. Yeah, you catch some fish after about half an hour or so.
okay.
So I'm gonna move. Oh, I gotta share that
Say,
there.
how many fish did I catch?
You
Save
catch,
some for pay back our
you catch 2 fish.
each. There we go. Save one. Give
Okay, Asadar, what are you doing?
I think we're going to eventually move over to the general store.
Oh, okay, you and
Is it Nikolai?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and what do you do when you get there?
Well, we're going to. The gentleman's name again is.
Barrack and a van.
Oh, that's right. And Van's general store. Yeah, we'll head in there, and we're probably looking for some traveling supplies. Does he sell rations and such, and things along those lines for travelers?
Yes, actually, want to try something? So there's I have the shops extension running. So
Okay.
I don't have one specifically for him, but if you pull up the PHB one, then you can find rations in there. Again, he's not going to be as like fully equipped, so just ask
Oh,
him.
okay. Yeah. All right.
And then you should be able to add things to your shopping cart. I'm trying to figure out how this works. I was playing with it with Rowanel for when we were equipping him, but I couldn't get it to cash out. Like it didn't seem to have a button for him to cash out. But
Okay. Let's see here.
you can add stuff to your cart, and then it totals it up. Oh, actually, I need to clear the cart from him shopping. So let me see. So I'll clear that. Oh, maybe I need to unlock it to do that. Okay. Weird. Okay. Maybe I'll just go through and delete things manually, and then.
Oh, I see. That's the shop's ledger for. Okay, that's for purchases.
Oh, is that the? So I've got there's store inventory.
I see the inventory. I'm looking at it now.
Yeah, then the right side is items for purchase. So if you select something, you drag it over. I think then it goes into the, and then you can toggle the number.
Okay, so we've got.
At the bottom, it has the cost of what you've put in your shopping cart.
Okay, let's see. Let's buy one just to see how the transaction works.
Yeah, that's the part we couldn't figure out because. Do you see a button for to?
Let's see. I see like a little curve button below. Let's see what happens. Oh, that didn't work.
I'll have to talk to Bane and see about this. I'll have to watch his video again. He's got a video for this too, so. But it might be from the GM side, so I'm not sure on the player side what it looks like.
What button? You see my run ration in there?
Yeah, I see it in there, but I just have I can add.
Oh wait,
items
let's see. Oh, I know. Wait, maybe I got to put a. I think I have to put a payment in.
Oh yeah.
Hang on. Let's.
Yeah. Then it'll subtract that from your. Yeah. See if you put in the amount.
Let's see. Payment. Do I drag it from the inventory? Am I?
No, I think you have to enter it, and then it'll automatically deduct it once you do the transaction. So if you can you put a 5 silver in that box?
It's the box won't open for me.
Okay, because I don't think you can drag silver from the from your inventory, right?
Let me try something. No, that didn't work either. Let me try from inventory, see what happens.
But it's a cool little extension because then you can customize.
Oh yeah.
Each shop for. So I haven't gotten other ones made, but it's.
Can you put a 5 in that SP for me?
Let me see if I can do it. Yeah.
See if you can do it.
Yeah.
I'm not sure
I did.
how it can tell what character it's from.
Okay, so you put that in. Now, does anything turn on that says execute,
Not on my
like a
end.
button?
No. So
And how'd you open that, George?
Under shops?
yeah, it's under
He's got
records. There's shops.
yeah, under records, shops, and then it's player's handbook. And I can see all the inventory, A through Z. Well, you got to scroll.
Yeah.
You just drag the button over to the purchase, like you would your inventory from a party sheet. And we've got one in there at 5 silver.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Dwayne added the 5. Let's see. Maybe what? Oh, maybe. Oh, let's see. Let me try dragging it to my inventory.
Oh, yeah. See what happens if you do that.
I don't think it worked.
Okay, I don't want to get hung up on this too long, but I thought we could try it and see if we could figure it out.
She did move over. I dragged over twice. It did 2 of them, but it didn't deduct anything.
Okay.
So I'll
Yeah.
delete those from my inventory.
Yeah, mine did too. It dragged it over, but it didn't take the money out.
Yeah. Okay. We'll have to figure it out.
Yeah, I'll figure it out later.
So yeah, we'll be looking for rations.
Okay. So he has.
I'll ask him how business has been lately.
He says it's been pretty good.
Without being too, I'm just going to mention the excitement from last night, because that was something about that fire over at Grog's, man. We're kind of lucky we didn't lose anybody or lose any animals.
Yeah, I'm not surprised stuff like that happens. They're pretty wild over there.
Oh, how do you mean wild? In what way?
Well, they are half humanoid, and they seem to carouse into all hours.
Yeah, but when we set up that bucket brigade, they were pretty aggressive about putting that fire out. So I was pretty impressed with everyone in general, not just the ones from Grog, but the townsfolk as well.
Yeah, we
'Cause
have a good town here. There's good people. Want to keep it that way, though.
Has your business been impacted at all, or with happenings and such?
Well, someone tried to break in here a while ago. Fortunately, I have good locks.
Did you ever catch them?
No.
Oh, they need to be brought to justice, whoever that was. Hate thieves. As I kind of smile. What were they after? Do you know?
No, I don't know. So, I do know that the maid at Grog's was fired from Yuri's tavern for stealing from him.
Really? The maid, did you say, from the tavern?
Yes. So he doesn't seem to hesitate to associate with that sort.
Yeah. Do you have any relationship with Grog at all? Any kind of mutual business partnership where he sends you business and you send him and you guys both benefit from it?
Well, there's business comes in. I don't think there's anything active. I'm the only store in town, so people tend to come here. Um, I favor the Widhams and the Hearthfire Inn because they're local. They've been here for years. They're good people.
Yeah, they're good people. We stayed there. They seem to be offhand, just in some ways, kind of welcoming the competition, but seems like there's enough to go around for everyone. So they seem pretty happy too. They've got a good facility.
Yeah, they have loyal customers who come there specifically, and a lot of the merchants that pass through will stay with them. Can I get you anything else?
No, I think I'm going to take a total of 10 rations.
Okay.
If I need to get more, I'll come back for more. So that's probably, what, 5 gold?
I may take a few myself.
Ah,
Of course.
that's just for our trip for me and Nikolai back to the inn.
Aha.
Snacks.
So I kind of look over Nikolai's. Was there anything else we could maybe pull out of this guy here? He seems kind of set in his ways here against Grog.
Well, in a way, it's kind of understandable. I mean, like I guess I can sort of see from one perspective. I mean, they are humanoid-ish, and people probably have bad experiences, but they're putting their experiences with other humanoids on those people, which seem to be uh, not like the other ones. So that's a problem. I don't know. Maybe he's selling two for the price of one for rations or something.
Yeah, probably not much else here. We have to. Maybe we'll get some more information from some other folks in town.
That tidbit about the waitress, though, that might lead somewhere.
Okay, so where do you go now?
Probably back to our inn. Meet up with the rest of the group.
Okay, so I'm going to move to Norvell and Altario then. So you guys go to the blacksmith.
Mm-hmm.
And what do you say?
We go back in and good morning. I'm back, Master Iron Hand. I'm willing to work. What is it that you need?
Well, I need a strong arm. Think you can keep up?
What's he got in his fire right now?
He's working on a sword.
So Altarel will take off his chainmail and roll up his sleeves, lay his weapon and shield down, and lean over to Norville and say, "Why don't you sit down and take a rest while I help this good man here?" And I'll walk over to the fire, pick up the sword, and start finishing the wrapping of the steel. Pick up the hammer, fold it.
Okay, give me a strength check and an armorer check.
Okay.
Norvell, the young boy with Ontario moving in, he takes a break and comes over, and he's fascinated with Acorn, your squirrel.
I hand him Acorn.
Okay, he
Gentle. I
tentative-
say gentle.
Okay, he tentatively takes him, and he seems to be being gentle. So arterially, you're able to swing and work the blade. Um, and
I look over at Master Ironhand with a expectant look of, well,
and he says, "You're strong, but you need some finesse."
by all means, I'm willing to learn.
And then he says, "Okay, here, let me show you." And then he shows you. Give me another check. The weaponsmith.
Okay.
You see that you actually pick something up that he does there. That's like something you didn't know before, and so
Nice.
you see that he is a master of his craft, and
I look at him. I look at him to the side and nod my head as if I'm very appreciative. I've not seen that method before. I usually have to mend or build quickly due to my circumstances. So this will be useful.
he says quality takes time. And then he hands it back to you to work on.
So as I'm working, um,
And then he goes and looks like he's melting down those long swords you brought in.
oh, okay. I guess you heard of the excitement last night.
Yes, I did. Fire is not a
Seems-
thing to be trifled with.
No, we were staying at the hearth fire, and we were woken up, so we made our way over to help put the fire out. Seems somebody said it.
He grunts.
Mm. We were making our way in town yesterday. We were accosted on the road. I don't know if you heard. We were accosted on the road by some bandits too, which we brought 3 of them into Captain Bearclaw's jail.
Yes, I did hear. Well, you did.
Have you been having any trouble?
Yeah, periodically there's trouble with bandits or humanoids in the region.
How about in town here? Any trouble in town? Seems like a quiet town.
It was. It's a bit less quiet now.
Oh, really? What happened?
Well, since
As I continue to work the sword.
Grog moved in, things have been a bit more active, and there've been strange things going on. Now, I haven't personally witnessed his crew do anything wrong, but trouble has seemed to follow them into town.
Really? What kind of trouble?
Some petty thefts.
He seems to be an acquaintance of the captain, from what I've heard.
Yes, he is. They're good friends. I think they have history.
You know the captain well?
Yes. He's been here for a while. I think he's
Interesting.
why Grog picked this town.
Mm.
Bearclaw came here several years ago.
Interesting. Seems some folks may not want him in town, huh?
That could be.
I continue to work the sword.
one of my sons actually works with him.
Oh, really?
Yep, he works in the stable. He works with Shad.
What does he? Is he treated well then? I guess.
He likes it there. I'd prefer he worked with me at the forge.
Well, naturally, I'm sure you'd want to turn over the shop to him one day.
Yeah, but Logan Jr. doesn't want that.
Oh, he doesn't, does he? Youth, they want to strike out on their own.
Yeah.
What does he want to do?
I don't know.
Interesting.
He likes hanging around with the animals.
Well, I guess to each his own. He'll learn his way soon enough. This Grog fellow, he, as I mentioned, he seems to have ventured with Captain Bearclaw, and I bet he's got some interesting tales to tell. You know, that's a frost giant axe above his hearth.
Yeah, I've seen it. I've looked at it.
That's a huge weapon.
It is big. I wouldn't mind melting it down. I could do something with it.
You could definitely have some good stock out of that, couldn't you?
Yes.
Wonder who wouldn't want Grog in town. He seems a nice enough fellow.
Well, some people look at him and see an ogre.
That's true. That's true. I tend to look at orcs that way myself. I have a history.
Yeah, well, he does have a half orc working for him too.
I noticed my brother over there. We were orphaned as children by an orc raid, and I witnessed my parents felled and my brother maimed. So I understand the hesitancy for others to creep. But once they've proven themselves, I guess they should be accepted.
I agree with that.
So as I continue to work the sword,
Give me another.
is there anything?
Another check, please.
Okay.
Kurgan says to Norvell, "Oh, Logan Jr. would love to meet your pet." So Logan comes over again at Teriel and takes the sword. No, not like that. And then he shows you technique like this.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. You are a master bladesman for sure.
And then he gives it back to you. And so you can do another check at +2.
Okay.
Says better, but you still need to practice.
I continue to work the blade.
Okay, give another check.
Okay. At +2 or no?
No.
Okay.
He says, "Come on." Okay, I think you need to work on your armor. I don't want you ruining my wares.
I understand. And as I switch over, I say, you know what? I've been thinking about this while we've been talking. Is it possible that Grog moving in has created some competition, and some folks might not be happy about that?
It's quite possible.
I wonder who would be unhappy about that. I guess the folks at the Hearthfire seem pretty content. They don't seem to be too concerned.
No, they're good people. They have their solid clients, so I think they seem fine with it.
Is there another inn that might have been affected?
Oh yeah, Yuri makes no secret that he has animosity towards Grog.
Oh, really? Well, I guess he feels like he's got a hand in his pocket since Grog moved in, huh?
Yeah, he can't compete on prices, so he's lost some customers. Although he has some diehards that would never go to an establishment with humanoids in it.
Oh yeah, I'll bet. We we found a guy, or not found, but as we were walking in town yesterday, we saw a guy in a tree, and he was just railing on him
Oh yeah, Jim.
about Grog's Tavern.
Yeah, that's Jim.
He was a character. Yeah, I was afraid he was going to fall out of the tree.
Yeah, he drinks too much, and then he gets himself into trouble. Half the time he ends up sleeping in the guardhouse. Gets escorted.
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
Does he really?
Yeah.
Oh. So I'm going to continue to work on my armor until I can get it fixed.
Okay. Give me a roll. Okay, you're gonna need another day on the armor.
Okay.
So you work away, and Logan doesn't seem to have much more to say. So you work away the afternoon. It's
Okay.
getting towards dinner time now.
Okay.
And did he have any bucklers in there?
No.
Okay.
Let me just double check, but I don't think so. No. Large shields only.
So as the day starts to get closer to dinner time, I'll I'll lean over to Norval and go, about ready to go get something to eat, bud?
Hungry.
Hungry. Let's go. I grab my stuff.
Okay, I'm putting his
And-
inventory in the note for the blacksmith. Then you can just check that anytime.
Okay. And head back over to the Hearthfire Inn.
Okay. Okay, you join your crew there. Ronell, what are you doing for the day? Are you just continuing to fish?
So after I've caught my fish, because and then half an hour I need to catch the fish is I'm intrigued by the archery house, so I'm heading back and I see you mentioned that I saw the targets on the back side where I suppose where the tree is.
Yeah.
But it looks like the front door is around the side, so um, you know, I'll check out the targets on my way to the front door.
Okay.
And
Looks
in
like
there.
they've been well used. This house is kind of set back in the trees a bit.
Mhm. Yeah. And I'm just thinking to myself the proximity to I assume our headquarters at the Bear Claw Keep for the Rangers
Yeah.
patrol. I'm wondering if this is anyone we might know. Um, so
Well, you'd
I don't.
heard talk that there's a Boyer Fletcher in town, who is a half elf, and that he makes good quality arrows and bows.
This is probably him. I'm going to knock on the door. He was home.
And someone steps out from this tree and they have a bow drawn on you.
Uh-oh.
Greetings, brother. No trouble.
Why are you coming to my home?
I saw the targets in the back, and I was wondering if you would be interested in shooting, perhaps a friendly shooting match.
Okay.
So the bow on my back. Yeah.
Yeah. He seems interested in that.
Okay. Also, I give him a smile. It's I too am an aficionado of the yeah of the bow and arrow. So, if you care to wager, I have these two fish to wager.
Okay, I have some sides of bacon I could put up against that.
Excellent. Sounds great. How many paces? You know, let him set the terms of the have ourselves a little shooting fun here.
Yeah, 40 paces.
Okay. Uh, on the backside of his house, right? Maybe
Yeah.
right about here, perhaps. Okay.
Actually, right
And
over on the other side of that tree is where the targets are set up. So they're set up.
here, the side of the tree. Oh, you can't see my mouth. So over here.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And yeah, totally able to see them. Uh, yeah. So I get to check out his gear and start to lay out some arrows and what do you say? Uh, best out of 10. Uh,
Let's go for 5.
uh, like, yeah. What do you think about that fire last night? Like, is he going to go first? How do we determine? What do we do? Toss an arrow and like should we flip
Yeah,
a coin for first?
he says
Okay.
you can go first. You're my guest.
Well, thank you.
So do just here. Let me give you a target on the combat tracker, and then you can roll against that, and then just do 5 rolls. Let's see, what should I throw on there?
Not going to take turns. That'd be good. Let me go to
Let me see.
actions.
Yeah, let me just find something to throw up there. Oh, I know what I'll put up there. I'll throw Jim up there.
Good sir. My name is Rowanell. May I assume that you are the Fletcher I've heard tell about when on patrol with Master Bearclaw?
I am.
Wank shot 20.
He says, "Nice shot."
Thank you. I wonder what Alan's gonna do.
And he takes a shot, and it's actually even a better shot.
He split my arrow.
So that's one to him. So
Okay.
take your next shot.
All right. I'm gonna do my best to try and split his arrows. And oh wait, I need to drop it on the
On the
target,
chat,
right?
yeah.
Or right on the unidentified target. Is that the right one? Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Unidentified,
yeah,
like
yeah.
on the.
In the combat tracker, yeah, that'll work.
Oh,
You can also control click them, and then you'll automatically target them.
okay.
So that was not a great shot on your part.
Oh,
He fires, and he misses as well, but not as wildly as you do.
Okay.
So he says, "Well, that one's a draw." So it's
So he's one up.
Yeah.
Okay. And so this is shot number 3. It's like, did you get a chance to participate in the bucket brigade?
no. I stayed here and protected my home. So
True to character. Yeah. Um, Tempting to be get information and to be clever in speech. It's got me shooting really correctly.
So yeah, you missed, but he hit the target with a decent shot. Not as your first. Both your first shots were the best shots so far.
All right. So
So
he's
it's two.
two ahead, right? And there's only 2 shots
Yeah,
left.
2-0.
Go. You said he did not get a chance to participate, is that right?
No, he stayed here to guard his home.
So good. There we go. Another nice shot.
Yeah.
So, well,
And he missed that time, and he gives
okay.
you a nod. He
Yep.
says, "Nice shot."
Thank you. So now just 1 down, right? There's only one left to go.
Yeah, and it's 2-1, so you could tie it up.
Yep. So, well, it's important to guard your home. I understand that, but you don't have any neighborly feelings to the new innkeepers.
No, not at all. Oh, that was a terrible shot.
Like I said, like investigation is not this character's strong point.
So then he makes a nice shot. He says, "Oh well, I guess I'm having fish tonight."
You are well shot, sir. Well shot. And go and retrieve my arrows and see if they're in decent shape. Um,
Give me a percentile roll.
okay. 8% roll. 20. Nope.
You right click on the 10-sided and then you can select percentile.
Right in the tower.
No, you can do it in the open because it's just going to be the. So you get 3 of your arrows back.
Okay. Right, so down 2 arrows and no fish. Let's see if I can find where my inventory and mark off my arrows.
He says,
Wait, where is that?
"You have
Action.
potential. Keep practicing."
I'd enjoy that very much. Do you ever patrol with Master Bearclaw?
No, I like to go out on my own.
Well, no doubt, sir. You were in a good position guarding your home to see what was happening. What did you see?
What's that?
Did you see anything in the fire? Like,
No, I didn't go over there. I just stayed here to protect my home. I don't want those humanoids to steal from me. I've fought my whole life against their ilk.
true to form, I don't think I asked him his name, and I feel awkward about it. Well met, Master. What was it?
I'm Tristan.
Tristan. Well met, Tristan. Look forward to shooting with you again.
Yes, your kind is welcome. You can see that he's a half elf.
And it occurs to me as I'm going away, oh, I should have tried to use his half status. Why didn't I think of that? Oh wait,
Okay.
I don't know where we're actually staying. So it looks like we're actually staying in the other inn, aren't we?
Yeah, the party's been staying in the Hearthfire Inn. You were staying with Bearclaw.
Okay. Well, I'll head back up the road toward Bearclaw. Okay. He has a back entrance. Interesting. Front and back. All right. Well, I do want to ask Master Bearclaw about Tristan. If I'm going back there to stay. Do I run into him? Is he at his keep?
He's there, but he doesn't want to be disturbed.
I think we told him that we were at the Hearthfire Inn too.
Yeah. So you know that the party's at the Hearthfire Inn there, just
It's
south of
just fair.
Bearclaws.
Sir, I respect that. And hey, meet up with
Okay.
Boris. That's an honor.
The Widdoms welcome you back and say, "Are you here for dinner?"
I'm not saying a word.
I imagine Nikolai's already sitting down.
Yeah.
Yes.
Dinner?
Indeed.
Yeah, so I think we are. I think we sit down and exchange information. And as Mabel comes over, I assume Mabel comes over, or does she have a server?
It's Mabel herself comes over.
Okay. It's like, wow, being here a day, it seems like there's a lot going on with some unrest.
Yeah, there's been some excitement.
Yeah. We were inquiring about the fire last night to see what might have happened. It seems like it was set.
Oh, my stars! That and then ghosts in the graveyard.
Ghosts in the graveyard.
What's this town coming to?
When did that happen?
Whoa.
Ghosts?
They've been sighted the last couple months.
Really?
Strange goings on over there at night, late at night.
Rose, all I did was learn that I'm a gambler. And I know who didn't see anything. He probably saw the ghost. He didn't see who set the fire. You know.
So, Ronell, are you telling them about the fish that got away?
Yeah, I am. And I just met the only elf who's more missing Sylvic than I am. All about
Well, if it makes you feel any better, Ronell, I didn't have my best day in smithing either. Master Logan taught me a lesson or two today. But he's willing to let me fix my armor, so it is what it is.
I gotta say that guy's a really good shot, though. Doing too bad, and he outshot me fair and square. That's saying something.
Well, from what I can tell, we've got some people who basically don't want to get involved, and they not necessarily have an open mind, but they would side on the side of they wish it were the way it was before the tavern was built, and then you've got some that are bound to determine that it's the cause of Grog coming into town, and then you've got people like Bearclaw who know Grog who are like he's harmless. So from what I can gather, at least in my conversations with the blacksmith, is that Grog's Tavern is undercutting the Daggerford Tavern. So there's motive there. We should try to grab grab some drinks or dinner over there and see if we can pick up on conversation.
Yeah, even the general merchant was kind of evasive. Seems like there's things going on, but no one actually has like proof of it other than the fire.
Right.
There's stories about this, and there's a story about stealing, and there's I don't know if it's just stories circulating or innuendo, but no one could, other than the fire being absolute. Um, the merchant did share that. I think one of the maids over at Grog's was fired for some crime or stealing or something. I can't recall offhand. Is that right, Dwayne?
Yeah, the maid she was at Yuri's, and then she was
At Yuri's.
fired for stealing, is what you were told, and then she's working at Grog's now.
So there's maybe some connection there with the stealing and now working at Grog's. And Yuri, he runs. Do we
The
know what Yuri
Daggerford
runs?
Tavern.
Oh.
The
Dagger
Daggerford
Rock.
Tavern.
Dagger
All
Rock.
right.
I said Daggerford. Dagger Rock, yeah.
So it might be a good idea to try out that place. See what's next.
Mabel, what do you think about this Grog fellow?
Well, he's a good businessman. He does well.
Yeah, I don't, I haven't been here a long time, but what I've heard from certain people is that, he seems to be a hardworking individual who's just trying to spend his retirement from adventuring in a endeavor that he's always wanted to do. So it's his dream. So you never know, though. I mean, I'm interested about these ghosts you're talking about. Anything else? Anything else out of the ordinary happening?
No, not really. Like, there've been some, petty thefts. There's some people are upset with half breeds in the town. Because humanoids they're usually a plague on the land. But we haven't seen them do anything that causes us alarm.
Oh, it's good to know. Well, I have to say, dinner is excellent.
Ah, thank you.
We
Your friend seems to be enjoying it. Looking at Nikolai.
he hasn't met a plate. He has not met a plate he hasn't defeated yet. Maybe after dinner, guys. Maybe we head over to the Dagger Rock Tavern for a drink and keep our ears open.
Dwayne, all these crimes, has Bear Claw been the one that kind of investigated all these crimes?
Yes.
We may want to get a talk with Bear Claw just to see if he may be hamstrung and not be able to do things, but he might have some ideas on who might be involved and folks we can check out.
You want to do that? It's probably around 7 or 8 at night right now.
Well, Rowanel can tell you that Bearclaw seems to not want to be disturbed when he checked on them.
Because I find it curious that such a gifted archer is not who's an immediate neighbor of Bearclaw doesn't get involved with patrols or anything else. Very, very focused on his own little side.
I'm gonna ask Mabel where the Dagger Rock Tavern is.
So it is okay.
By the
Other
way,
side of town.
so the
Number 19, I believe. So,
Number 19. Okay.
Oh, okay. Not far away. Past the baker.
yeah.
Oh, I got it already. I got it down. Okay. What's that? What's building 18?
Building 18 is the Green Grape Wine and Spirits Shop.
Oh,
they're not a brewery, right? Oh,
Okay. I'm gonna. You guys want to head over to the tavern?
you know what? No pennies, no pounds.
All right. Well,
I need to step away for 1 minute. I'll be right back.
Yeah, no problem. Okay, what's going on with that? Make that public. There. And then I'll add a pin for the Dagger Rock Tavern.
perfect. Okay.
There.
all right. There we go.
Now, let's see if I've got a floor plan for it somewhere here.
Are there any more taverns in town, or is it just these three?
Just the 3.
Okay.
Seems like a lot for a small little town. Like
Yeah, it does seem kind of on the heavy.
Now we know why Yuri's all ticked off.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it seems like Yuri has some loyal locals, but he's lost customers because of Grog's prices. And then the Widdoms, they have merchants coming through, so they've got some solid, like steady clientele.
Okay.
So they seem okay. So Yuri seems to be hurting the most from
He's
Grog
more
leaving.
impacted.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay, just give me a second with this map.
Sure.
Oh. Okay. Door. See if I can make the doors work this time.
Huh?
Okay. I'll move you onto this map and see how it goes. I tried to do this on the fly before. So.
Not like a sandbox.
Yeah. Well, I was busy this weekend, so I didn't have a lot of time to prep too. Doing the reinstalling or installing a new pool pump.
I saw that.
Yeah, that was a challenge, but I'm pretty happy with myself. I was able to get it done. Nothing like the pressure of rentals too to
Exactly.
okay.
Isidore, I wonder if you can wonder if you can just casually eavesdrop while we're in here.
I can't drag it from there. Got that turner. Oh, I don't have my scale right. Okay, just a sec.
I'm thinking about is if anybody were responsible or at least had a hand in the fire last night.
Actually, let's just theater mind it instead of me mucking around with the map.
That's fine.
That's fine.
Okay.
Dwayne, did while we were at the stables looking around today, did we notice anybody in the general area that came by to look?
You saw some townsfolk like kind of wandering by and looking.
Okay. As we go into the Dagger Rock Tavern, I'll just keep a mental note of if I see any of those in this tavern.
Okay.
And then also I will keep an ear out and mention to the others just to keep an ear out. You know how some people like to boast about their exploits.
Yeah.
You never know if somebody will be like, "Oh yeah, I took it to that guy," you know, or something similar. So we'll be on the lookout for stuff like that.
Okay.
So I'm going to tell Norval just to stay close and head inside.
Okay. So there's a large, comfortable main tavern area, tables and chairs everywhere, large bar and fireplace to the west.
How busy is it?
It's not as busy as Grog's was. There's no entertainment. That minstrel at Bard's or at Grog's seemed to be quite the draw. Um, you do see a couple elves working here.
I'll head up to the bar.
What would be your pleasure, cousin?
In Elvish, I'll say, "Well met, friend. What's on tap?"
Oh, the finest ale in the town.
Much for a tankard.
It is 1 silver.
I look over to Norval. Thirsty?
Easy there is. Let's just do a round for everyone, maybe.
As my friend said.
Okay.
Is that in Elvish, Azadar? I was speaking to them in Elvish. Just
Who's paying?
Yes, that'd be an Elvish.
gotcha.
Azidar, I'll pick it up. 5 silver.
Yes, please.
As they bring it back, I'll be like, I'll look around the tavern and ask. Slow night?
Well, a bit slower than usual.
Seasonal, maybe?
Perhaps. And then,
I raise the tankard and go, nice ale.
thank you.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. What were you saying, friend?
He then does a little juggling trick, and with his bartending tools and a knife, and just says, "Well, just to add a little flair to your evening."
I see you've done that once or twice.
Yes, I have.
We're new to town. What news?
Steer clear of the bar on the other end of the town. There's unsavory types there.
Really? In what way?
Well, they're humanoids.
Oh, causing trouble?
Or don't they always?
Some. Some learn their lessons. But you never know.
Do you need a place
What
to stay?
have they done? No, we're just passing through. We actually, as we're passing through, we happened upon the Whittam's place. So, unfortunately, for you, I guess we found a place to stay, but we thought this might be a good place to wet our whistle, so to speak.
Yeah, the Whittam's is pretty quiet evening wear. Sometimes things liven up in here, especially when Jim comes around.
Jim, who's Jim?
Oh, he's a regular.
Oh, is he?
He tells tales.
What kind of trouble is this? Have these half breeds been causing? Now that you mention it,
Well,
just curious.
where humanoids are, looting and pillaging isn't far behind. These ones seem to content themselves so far with petty theft.
Oh, so I guess they've been locked in the jail then.
Well, I don't think they've been caught. They've been pretty slippery.
Oh, really? Oh. Well, certainly if they're causing mischief, they should be brought to justice for sure.
Absolutely. At least we're here under Mr. Kinneron's protection.
And who might that be?
Oh,
Again, sorry, we're new to town. I don't know a soul here.
Oh, he's the owner of this establishment.
Oh. When you say protection, he has some skills?
He has resources.
I don't understand. I'm sorry. I don't know what that
he
means.
has money. He has people.
Oh, I see. So he kind of runs the town, is what you're saying.
I wouldn't go that far, although someday he might.
I guess every town has one or two.
As you say. Can I get you another round?
Sure. I'll pick this one up, Azadar.
Okay. Is anybody hungry? Looking over at Nikolai.
Well, it would be in bad taste to not at least sample the offerings.
For
What do you have?
comparison's sake.
Actually, I whispered to Nikolai, tell me if the food is as good or if maybe it's not as good. Because I think you've tried all the places now, right?
Yes, he has.
Yes, well, bring me something, some of your usual fare.
Okay. And he speaks to another elf in the kitchen. And
Are the patrons elvish or are they human or
they're
otherwise?
human. The patrons look like local townsfolk. The elves stand out a bit as exotic compared to them. As do you.
Any looks from the townspeople, or they just ignore us?
No, they they, they seem fine with you there.
Hmm.
One of them says, "Oh, so you found the right place,
Is that so?
away from those scum."
Yeah, the bartender was telling us about the place on the other end of town. What do you call it?
It's grogs.
Grogs. They don't seem to be very welcomed here, from what I can tell.
Well, they've been a little too welcomed by the sheriff. I think they cut him in on their ill-gotten gains. Nikolai, what were you looking for?
Just whatever the standard fare is for a meal.
Okay, so yeah, you taste it, and in no way compares to Matilda's cooking, and it's even subpar compared to Mabel's at the Hearthfire too.
Um,
Oh well, I'll eat it anyways.
Okay.
I I as Nikolai is getting his food and I'm talking to the other patrons, I'm like, so you really think the sheriff is in cahoots with this grog?
Yeah,
He seen
and the patron's kind of slurring the words. Yeah, or why else hasn't he put him in jail yet?
Has there been any proof? Do you know?
He's half an ogre. What more proof do you need?
So, yeah,
Well,
speaking of half-bloods, at least that Tristan fellow's half elven, like the rest of us.
Well, elves are completely different. Like elves and humanoids, there's no comparison.
hmm.
At least a half elf.
So I'm sure, yeah, Tristan spends his time here too, doesn't he?
No, he keeps to himself.
What?
He hates the humanoids, but he doesn't like people either. It seems.
I just laugh. Well, I wonder how we could catch him in the act.
Catch who in the
Yeah.
act? Grog? I don't
Yeah,
know.
you said that they're looting and pillaging. I wonder how they could be caught in the act. What do you think?
yeah.
I don't know. If you set watch on the town, maybe you'd see something.
Has anybody else set a watch on the town before?
Well, the guards patrol, but I think they're too wily for them.
I was just wondering if there was like a vigilante group that might be watching.
There's no group. I think Jim kind of spies on them.
Mm. Yeah, I don't know Jim. I never.
So does Yuri have some security that he's hired to kind of keep his eyes open?
Yeah, he has some people.
Have they found any evidence or examples? I mean, we've met some staff over at Grog's, and they all seem very accommodating and helpful. And
You've been in there and escaped with your hides?
yeah, we can't. Well, like we said, we didn't know anyone in town, and we had some issues on the road. We actually brought in, I think, a sheep farmer and his nephew who were captured by some wayward farmers, apparently. And first place we stopped was there because it just was coming in from town, and it seems like a decent place, except for the issues they had.
Of course, I mean, not to sound overly confident, but we can handle ourselves.
Okay, just a sec. Oh, your friend Jim strides in.
Yeah, that would be good.
Does anybody say anything to him?
He gets greeted. There's cries of Jim.
Oh,
He
Oh,
waves.
I'm gonna be like, oh, that's Jim. Oh, he hollered at us from a tree as we walked into town.
He says, "You should heed my warnings."
Jim, do you not think we can take care of ourselves?
I don't know. He's much bigger than you.
I've handled worse.
You say so.
Let me tell you about the time in the Keelan Army when we ran up, and I'll just relate a bunch of stories.
He
It's
says,
like,
if you're gonna tell me a story, you have to buy me a drink.
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you a story, buy you a drink, and then you tell us some stories.
There you go.
So I grab him an ale,
Okay. He says,
and I relate a story or two, and then I'll say, "So what stories do you have, Jim?"
well, did I tell you that Matilda puts people in her stew?
How do you know that?
Well, how can they sell it so cheap?
Well, the
Must be
food
good
here's
meat for
pretty.
free.
The food here's good too. Do you put people in your food here?
I didn't say good. I said it's cheap.
Did Nikolai hear that by any chance? About the people and the food?
Yes. Soylent Green.
Does he turn green?
Yes. Who do you think they're putting in the food, Jim? Is somebody disappeared from town?
No, they do it with travelers, so they won't be missed.
Oh, that's a tall
What?
tale, Jim.
Hang on, we're travelers.
Yeah, it's a good thing you're not staying there.
What else you got, Jim? That's a tall one.
Well, did you know that that Shod character, he used to be a horse. until Grog made a deal with a wizard to turn him into a half ogre.
Wow.
Where did you hear that?
From a friend.
Uh, I signaled to the elf behind the bar, and then somebody like one more.
Okay, he serves you up.
I hand Jim the ale. These are good, Jim. You got to keep going.
Yeah, he seems to be getting a bit tipsy.
Yeah.
He says, "Well, soon it's time for my patrol."
Your patrol. Oh, you're part of the town guard.
Nope.
What are you doing, Jim? That sounds pretty cool.
I keep an eye on things.
Like how?
Well, you saw me. How well I was hiding in that tree.
Jim, you weren't hiding too well when you were like yelling at us.
Yeah.
And I'll raise my tankard up and clink it with his.
Says, well, I can be stealthy when I want to. Then
Oh,
he
you
walks
can.
out.
Yeah. What is you gonna go do? This sounds pretty interesting.
Well, I could borrow one of your weapons. And,
You can borrow one of my weapons.
just to protect myself.
Jim, I'm
Healthy.
one of those. Yeah, I'm sorry, but I don't let anybody borrow any of my weapons. I'm sorry. You seem to be doing just fine yourself. I'll lean over to the bartender. One more.
Okay. Jim.
I slide it over to him. I'm like, wow, Jim, you sound pretty important.
Well, I'm unappreciated. That's for sure.
By who?
This town. What I do to try and protect them.
Oh, I see. Do they just not listen to you?
No, they don't.
Well, who does? Does somebody listen to you here, Jim? Other than us, obviously, we're new. I mean, we're just this is exciting.
Yuri knows.
I-
Yuri knows
Oh, he
their trouble.
he does.
Yeah.
Oh, so you tell Yuri.
And the mayor knows too. I think the mayor will
Oh,
do the right thing.
so you're doing your duty and telling Yuri and the mayor, huh?
Yes, I am.
Oh, Jim, one day the townsfolk are going to name a street after you.
Hey, Jim, how do you think they do it? Are they real sneaky like you? Those ogres? Doing all that thieving?
Well, I think it's the half orcs that do the thieving. I think the ogre does the murdering.
Ah, that makes sense.
If only somebody could catch him in the act.
Maybe you could do it.
Oh, maybe we should. Maybe we should keep an eye out. I'm here for a couple of days working for the blacksmith. Maybe that's what I'll do. That's a great idea, Jim. Hey, maybe you can tell us where to start. Is there yeah. Hey, Jim. What? And I lean over to the bartender. One more.
Jim says, okay, just this one, and then I'll take one for the road. I've got to head out on patrol.
Fair enough, Jim. Fair enough. Well, maybe we could add to their troubles. What do you think?
What do you mean?
Well, if somebody could catch them in an act, or at least pin an act on them that they didn't do, maybe that would help some of the powers that be decide. What do you think?
It's not a bad idea. You have a plan for that?
I don't. Do you?
I don't know. I'd have to think about it.
Has anybody tried that before?
No, not as far as I know.
Just a thought.
Maybe I can meet up with you tomorrow after my patrol, and maybe I'll think of something.
We're staying at the Widom, so maybe that'll be a good idea.
Okay,
We might come over for a drink tomorrow night.
sounds good. And so then he takes a wineskin to go and heads out the door.
Okay.
So what do you guys do?
Well,
It's getting
I think
pretty
we
probably-
late.
I think we probably wrap it up and head back over to the hearth fire
Okay.
and kind of strategize from there.
Okay.
anybody know where he lives? Do I need to ask the bartender? If he falls down the lane, he's had a lot of liquor, right?
Oh yeah. So they said that he lives not far away, but he's probably going to be wandering around the town for a while. But he lives actually number 9 is his house.
Okay.
So
Ah,
it's-
there we go. Good sized building.
What did he used to do?
we don't know. He moved here from the city about 10 years ago.
Oh, really?
Think I ought to follow, make sure he's okay.
Won't be a
Yeah.
bad idea if we could just kind of see where
See
he
what-
goes.
Right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
anybody asks me what I'm doing, I'm just taking care of Jim.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's cool. I think that's a good idea.
I got something to track the drunk guy.
Okay.
Yeah. Intrigued by that southernmost house anyway. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you see him. He looks like he's trying to sneak, but not very successfully.
I want to stay
Just to go drink.
trying to see.
He's heading in behind the blacksmiths into the trees in behind there.
Oh,
So what are you doing? You're gonna stealthily follow him?
yeah, there we are. Yeah, because I want to see what is he thinking to look at. So he's got in his mind who he thinks is guilty for all the goings on. So, well, yeah, I want to go find out why he thinks going to those trees might be useful. Like, what's that building at number 7?
So number 7 is a house,
Fair bit behind him. And
but he skirts by 7 and it looks like he's heading towards Grog's, and so he positions himself in this tree.
wow, right near where the fire was. Okay. Well, I think I will skirt like well back behind him before the crossroads. And let me see. So there should be a way to mark this, right? Um, there's a marker. Right? So I have, yeah, I can use a pointer. Okay. Just a pointer. I want to be in. How did it work? Hang on. Let me try it again. Pointers and draw. I'll hide in that tree to look at him hiding in this tree so you can see what he's doing.
Okay.
Oh, and this is right near the property of Elmo, another new arrival, and he lives in number 9. And this is the realm of the new arrivals, 10 years or less.
Yeah, Elmo's only a few months he's been here. But yeah, Jim's been here about 10 years. Okay. And
You see what's happening.
yeah, so he's just hanging out there. Looks like he's looking at Grog's, watching people go in and out. And then
Alright.
after a while, he kind of wanders. And he heads to his own house.
Okay, so I can watch him going to his house the whole way.
Yep.
And if anyone in my immediate area where I might be able to see, can't see everywhere, but is there anyone else about?
The odd person goes in and out of Grog's.
Okay.
There's no one to the south of you. Um, so it's mainly activity around the inn.
So I could definitely skirt the dotted line into the realm of, of the thief or the rogue, knowing that he's going to pass out from what he's drunk to look in his house. I don't know if I'd do that, but if he has any windows, might take a look.
Okay. You see it's fairly well furnished in there.
Jim has money.
But it doesn't look like he's like farming the land nearby or anything, so it's just you're not sure what he does.
Yeah, what's his source of income?
Well, maybe he thieves. That's what I'm wondering. Pointer off of here.
Yeah, I think maybe we watch Jim.
Just kind of stake out his house a bit there.
Yeah, because these break-ins and things, Jim seems to be the most vocal one, and the one most interested, besides Yuri, of
Like the stories, keeping the stories going.
yeah,
So to speak.
and he doesn't seem to have an income. So where is he? And the other thing is you've got petty theft, and then we've got wine shop theft. Well, if Jim's drunk, that's an option.
Yeah, maybe we can just kind of tail him for a day or so.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, and so I guess to share my thoughts, I really need to be where you guys are. So I will definitely connect up with you and tell you what I've seen, so we can kind of discuss the plan, right? So assuming that I've done that and I'm back with the rest of you at the Hearthfire Inn, right? I come back and find you and report back what I've seen, what he did, what I'm wondering. And I also want to share my like what's with the super dexterous elves showing off their dexterity and then talking about, bumbling ogres being the thieves. Yeah.
Yeah.
What kind of things are talking about? Like, are these small items or is this like, I mean, I would think, well, thank you. Ogres would be smash and grab kind of folks, right? You know,
Yeah, it's obviously it's definitely seeming like a frame, a frame. We know that Yuri's losing money. We know that there's some prejudice in town. We know that there's some petty theft, and that's being blamed on Grog. So the question is Yuri the mastermind behind it, and he's using people like Jim to propagate the rumors, and also some of the petty theft. So I do like the idea of keeping an eye on Jim, but I also like the idea of keeping doing a stakeout on the Dagger Rock Tavern. Because if Yuri is behind it, then there's going to be some regular
traffic between
traffic back and forth. You would think.
And can you catch me up on the break-in at the yeah, I want to call it the sour grapes. One of the spirit grape. Yeah. I think I may have, I don't know, been lost in my own thoughts
We
there.
we don't know much about it other than that we were told that was one of the petty thefts that have occurred in town. We weren't around when that happened. So the only thing that we've been around for is the fire,
Right.
and then just through conversation, petty thefts. Did you guys reckon, or were you guys told that there was theft at the general store as well?
There's an attempted theft at the general store,
Attempted. Okay.
but he
Where
said
there?
he had good locks, so it was foiled.
Yeah, I wonder if we just broke the door down, right? But so here, this is what the first thought I had when I heard about that there was a successful theft at the liquor store. And there you go, Jim, the truck. But also, spirits burn, right? So what if it wasn't a? Are we sure it was oil? Now, somebody successfully investigated. Like, are they sure it was oil, or do they, or do they just know it was some accelerant? Right?
Nikolai was fairly confident it was oil.
Okay. So it seems like they prove a bottle of spirits. Okay.
Okay, so I think that's a good place to stop for the night. If you want to continue discussion in the Discord, feel free. That's always welcome. And I always find that kind of fun. And then we will be back next week.
Next week or 2 weeks?
I think next week, because I was going to alternate with John, but I don't think he's starting up until after October's over.
Fine with me. Just put it in the schedule and we'll go from there.
Okay, cool.
Cool. So we should like
Is John on? I think his game is next week.
Oh, is he on next week?
Yeah, let me just check.
Yeah, I've got something in the calendar.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't know how many people are available yet.
Oh, okay. So then it might be 2 weeks. So we'll see.
Yeah, you've got 4 John so far.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Okay. So I'll keep you all posted on this game, and then yeah, thanks a lot, guys.
Oh, thank
Yeah.
you.
Yep, thanks.
Good
Nah.
job, everybody.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Good RP.
Yeah.
Good deal.
we want to
Absolutely.
in trying to figure it out. So
Yeah.
you have a
And
channel.
like Dwayne said, it's like we can continue this on Discord for sure. Just if we think of anything, that'll be something we can continue to poke around at.
Yeah, definitely has some leads here.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stop the stream.